the world woke up. Finally, their eyes are open to what we already knew. That's why we got the theme, culture, change, justice. I want my culture to stay woke, but I want the other cultures that's supporting us to stay woke, to keep this movement flourishing, to keep my brother's name ringing in the ears of everyone. Communication is key. When people say defund the police, I got family and friends that's police, so all of them are not wrong, all of them are not bad. So I'm not talking about defunding the police. Maybe change their policies, not maybe, change the policies. Retrain these officers, because if they don't know the difference between a taser and a gun, something's wrong.
Thank you, Reverend Toon. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name. So, brothers and sisters, I say as we come upon the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd being taken from this earth far too soon in a most cowardly, horrific, torturous way, we must use this opportunity to get the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed so we can prevent some of these unnecessary, preventable, unjustifiable, illegal, and unconstitutional killings of our people.
That officer didn't know what he took from us last year. I will stand and be the voice for him. I will stand and be the change for him. Yeah. I will stand and continue to be the legacy for him.
Yeah. Certainly the George Floyd Foundation president, Mrs. Bridget Floyd. Let's give her a hand and rev a hand. Let's give it to her.
They thought that they could get away with it. And you went to the streets, blacks and whites, young and old, in the middle of a pandemic. Amen. Let us not forget when people marched all over this country. They marched risking their health. George Floyd is not going in history as a martyr. He's going in history as a game changer. When you went down on his neck, you broke the neck of police misconduct in this country, because we're going to stay in the streets and stay in the suites until we bring to law the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act.
The Attorney General.
Well, obviously, the mood at the rallies have been very reflective. The principal organization has been the National Action Network, which is led by Al Sharpton, who, according to published reports, is one of the fundamental advocates for the George Floyd legislation that is attempted to be pushed through Congress here in the United States. According to published reports, it, of course, is unanimously supported by the Congressional Black Caucus. You also saw the presence of Attorney Benjamin Crump and the George Floyd family. I saw his sister speaking. It was somewhat of a spiritual revival to not only the participants, but also the folks who have viewed the commemoration, if you will, of the incident that charged not only America, but the world with understanding the need to have limitations on police rogue behavior and police accountability. I think that the the matter today. In other words, the commemoration was something that is still part of the healing process for the state of Minnesota and the city of Minneapolis. And again, I believe that any objective viewer would agree with me with that. The way Congress works, you have obviously two parties, Republicans and Democrats have a lot of politics going on with this. And at the same time, while police rogue behavior needs to be rooted out, the whole notion, and again, this is an objective opinion, I believe, and that's what I'm trying to do as a reporter for your network. The whole notion of the quote unquote defunding of the police might be considered a little bit radical, if you will, because at the end of the day, when matters of public concern or matters of crime or matters of discourse, people call 911 and people believe that the police, when they act, will act with dignity, professionalism, and integrity, and doing the right thing, and not act outside the scope of their limitations as peace officers, police officers, etc., and have their actions turn into rogue behavior, ending up in the deaths of people that there should not be any deaths. On the other hand, one can argue that when you've had instances where alleged defendants have done things like led police on police chases, car chases, and so forth. Well, when they're speeding doing 120 miles an hour to evade police, they do become dangerous in and of themselves, not only to themselves, but innocent people may be driving. And again, this is just an objective analysis and an objective incident that I'm uttering just to give you a comparison and contrast. In other words, that's how complex this issue is, because you want to root out rogue behavior, but at the same time, you want to keep communities safe, and hopefully the police forces and the sheriff's officers and police agencies will do their jobs appropriately.